Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make your own bottom bouncers for less than $1. And the other nice thing about this is you can kind of tailor them to how you like them. You can make them longer or shorter, you can add more weights and kind of do what you want with them. So to start off, I got some conveyor flags. I got 10 of these for $165 at Home Depot, which is a really good deal. And then I got some weights at Walmart. You can get about 8 of these for about $1.50. And you can get them even cheaper elsewhere if you buy them in bulk. But I use about 2 of these per bottom bouncer. And you can always up the weight or lower the weight just depending on what you like. And then lastly, you'll need a pair of pliers. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and take off this flag. And now I have about a foot piece of metal right here. And you can also get these pieces of metal at Hobby Lobby. Maybe another really good deal. Probably less than 15 cents each for a piece like this. Now you want to take your 2 egg sinkers, and here's the sinkers I got from Walmart. I have some slip sinkers. These were about 7 or 8 for about a little less than $1.50, and you can always buy them more in bulk to get them cheaper prices per one. And I also got some larger egg sinkers right here. And the nice thing about these egg sinkers is you can slide them right through the wire you have. And again, conveyor flags or marking flags work great for this. They're just the right strength and size. So now that I've guided them through, I have my main weight right here. And now this is nice because you can get as long as piece of wire you want and dictate how long you want this bottom bouncer off the bottom. So I usually like to have it 3 or 4 inches off the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and hold them here and take my pliers and just put a little kink right here. And just kind of bend it around, get a good kink in there. Sometimes you have to play around with it for a little bit. Alright, so now I got a pretty good kink in the wire here. I'm going to push these weights back down, kind of straighten it back out. And now I'm just going to play with it a little bit more to get it really straight. And so right here I have a little kink in my wire that keeps the weights from going down anymore. And so this is going to be my base and this is going to be the middle part. Now what I'm going to want to do is put a second kink up here, and I'm going to make a little bit bigger of an eye hole. So this way I can tie my main line off to this eye hole right here. So again, I'm going to take my pliers and just kind of bend this wire around. Just got to play around with it for a little bit so you can get it around. Almost there. Now I got a nice little loop right here. So now once I got this nice little loop, I'm going to straighten out this last little piece. And that's the base of your bottom bouncer. So again, the nice thing about this is it's cheap. This is less than $1. The one I'm making right here, and you can dictate how tall you want it or how much weight you want. So those are 2 nice factors. Now that I have this, I'm going to tie my main line to this little loop right here, and then right here I'm going to do one more little loop. And this you could just keep it as the same little loop, or you could put a swivel in there, and then this you'll tie off your lure to. So I'll go ahead and make one more loop right here. Needle nose pliers work really well for this. Kind of roll it around itself a couple times. Get a nice little circle. Close it off. And so now I got my end circle right here. So this is where I'll tie off a second leader, and I'll tie it off to my lure. And a lot of times, here in a second I'll show you my crawler harness for walleye. But this is basically what I use for my bottom bouncers right here. And another thing is, if you want, you don't necessarily have to, but you can get some little swivels. I have one over here. These little swivels right here, and you can stick them in between here before you close it off. and that's another nice advantage. And these swivels are really cheap again. They're probably 10 for 50 cents or something at Walmart. So here I'll show you. So this is a nice finished bottom bouncer right here, and the great part is it's cheap and you can make it tailor to how you want it. So now real quick I'm going to show you one that I've been using for walleye fishing. And so again, it's the same thing, but here I added a little swivel to it. You don't necessarily have to again. So I'll tie my main line off to this little loop right here I made. I have my swivel, and then I have about a 6-inch to a foot leader. And this is about 20-pound test. And then to the end of this, you can use your crawler harness. Now you can buy these pre-made, or right here I just have a rooster tail that I tied a piece of string off the end. And right here I have a plastic worm, but normally I'll use a live crawler, and those work really well for catching walleye. So I hope you learned something here today, and I hope this helped you out and you'll save some money. So thanks for watching.